Now let's move on to Class 2A, and this one on paper looks pretty amazing. We've got #1 Rensselaer Central, 13-0, coming to Luers Field Saturday night. This game at 7 o'clock, and if you played this one on paper, who would win?
Well, Luers will win. I don't care where they play it. I have confidence in the local team. The Bishop Luers offense and defense they're just too strong for Rensselaer. And it's don't get me on a tangent on this, but it's absolutely ridiculous that the voters voted Rensselaer #1 after Luers lost to Dwenger. That's just asinine, and that I don't know who did it, but they're idiots, and they've never seen Luers play if they don't think Luers is the #1 team in the state. These are two teams that squared off last year. Luers beat them by 31. And from the opening kickoff, you can see the difference in the two teams. The speed of Luers was just overwhelming for Rensselaer. And it's going to be again this year. Now, I think Rensselaer's a better team this year. They have a lot of quality wins, including they really thrashed undefeated Wheeler this year in a big game a couple of weeks ago. So Rensselaer is better than they were last year, but they're not better enough to beat this Luers team. And on top of that, I think Luers is better than they were last year as well. So I look for Luers to win this by a comfortable margin, maybe 14-17, something like that. And but they're not going to win by 30 this time, but they'll win by a comfortable, breathable margin.
Yeah, it's safe to say the Knights are giving the scoreboard a workout here in the postseason, averaging 59 points a game. They only give up 10.5. Rensselaer Central, though, respectable. They average 40. They only give up 11.
Right. Rensselaer is the best team that Luers has seen so far in this tournament. So they will challenge them more so than they have been challenged in the previous weeks. But they're not good enough to beat Luers.
Yeah, obviously Rensselaer Central, they're going to go very heavy running attack. They have two backs with 17 touchdowns, another back with 14. So it seems like if Luers can stop that run game, the Bombers are going to fizzle out.
Well, and so what happens is you fall behind the Luers and you've got to pass the ball then. So that running game, when you're down 17, doesn't help you very much because, you know, when you're halfway through the third quarter and you're trailing 17, you better be throwing the ball some. And on top of that, if that's what your big emphasis is running the ball, Luers is going to pack the box and force you to beat them with the pass. And then the defensive backfield, I mean, Kenny Mullen, Quyan Maddox, all those guys will just bury you. I mean, they'll pick you off and they'll be gone the other way.
Yeah, something tells me Steve Kiermaier is not going to let Rensselaer Central run all over his home team at Luers Field.
No.
Semi-state record already owned by Bishop Luers. They have 12 semi-state titles. What's your prediction?
Oh, Bishop Luers by 14, 17 points, something along that line. They'll probably drop 38 on Rensselaer, win like 38-21, something along that line. They just have too many weapons. They're too strong. They're too experienced. Bishop Luers is the best 2A team in the state of Indiana. I don't care what the voters say. That's what I say. Everybody knows it.
Yes, Bishop Luers will win this game. I think they're going to win very comfortable because they've been blowing out teams and their starters haven't been playing 4 quarters. They're going to play 4 quarters, I think, in this game, unless, you know, they obviously have it in control and they don't want to get anybody hurt. But I think it's a very comfortable win at Luers Field.
Well, Rensselaer had to go overtime just to beat Bremen. And this is no knock on the Bremen kids, but Bremen's not as good as Luers. And if Luers would have played Bremen, they would have smoked them. So.
Absolutely. That game, again, Saturday night, 7 o'clock, Luers Field.